All right, we are back. Dynasty trades in 5. I'm Clay.
I'm Shane. Welcome to episode 54.
I'm Scott. Welcome to whatever episode this is, but I'm excited for this one. This is a very polarizing player.
Yeah, so we ran a poll on Twitter today, and Travis Etienne barely edged out CMC. So I guess some of us are glad we don't have to talk about CMC anymore. So here we go. Shane, you look like you're passing out, so let's go ahead and wake you up. You go first.
Travis Etienne. Oh my God, I love him. Right, he was my running back one out of the class last year, and then he destroyed his knee. Right, I forget what was the injury. It was bad. It wasn't
Liz
good.
Frank.
Liz Frank. It was Liz Frank. Exactly, your foot, just like I said. And then James Robinson went out this year again and showed that, oh, well, I should probably at least be a 50-50 split guy, right? Like I should get at least 90% of the rushing work, even if Travis is going to get Etienne is going to get 60 to 70% of the receiving work. So he's really hard to value because what's that worth in the Jaguars offense? Like, and that's not even a role we know. We don't know what role he's going to have because we've seen Urban Meyer screw Laviska Shenault up. He tried to screw up James Robinson to start the year. So if you're trading for him, you're doing mostly on hope and prayers. I'm not willing to give you too much for him. I got to be quite honest with you. I moved him off of every roster when he injured his foot, not his ankle.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the situation, but we don't know what the situation is going to be like. We know what we have right now, but we don't know what that's going to look like next year. We don't know what weapons are going to come in that they're going to add. We don't know if they're going to have the same coach, the same offense, none of that. We also have no idea how they would use a guy like ETN either, because the same arguments where you're like, they have James Robinson, I'm not sure where he fits in. You could also argue they desperately need a guy that has like some speed and a home run ability that can catch the ball out of the backfield. That's a natural receiver, which hopefully ETN can be that. So you could probably make the argument for opportunity being really good for him. You just don't trust the coach. You don't trust the situation. Nothing they've seen or done this year makes you think you can do that. Even in ADP, he was going at RB20 in the latest ADP. Like, that's a first round rookie pick. And for me, I'm out at that price just because it's too risky. It's too much unknown. You didn't even get into the injury recovery either. So I think he's worth paying a second for. But I think if somebody's held him all year and he's on their IR and we're in December already, like, you're not just going to pry him away for a second. Like, he's either already been moved. He's probably on a roster right now where that team's like, hey, I value him at a first. I'm holding him into the offseason because I know his value is probably going to spike a little bit.
Etienne and call it the 202 or Josh Jacobs?
Ooh.
Josh Jacobs, like, in my mind, when you say Josh Jacobs, immediately what pops to mind is rookie pick
Is
110.
him getting a little bit hurt?
Well, it's rookie pick 110 for some reason. So getting the 202.
Okay. Yeah.
Getting the 202 and Josh, getting the 202 and Etienne, I'll take that over Jacobs.
Man, I think I'd go Jacobs in this. I think I'd go the other side just because. Yeah, that's a tough one. I was going to insert Clyde Edwards-Helaire instead. Would that change your mind, Shane?
Yeah, I'll take Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah. I think that's a nice pivot. If you have Etienne kind of stashed and you're waiting for that bullet to fire, I think throwing him in a random second for CEH could help you down the stretch too. And you're insulated for a couple more years with CEH too.
Yep, like it. Who do you like better, him or his backfield mate, J-Rob? Etienne or J-Rob? Dynasty.
Can I be a sissy and just say they're pretty much even to me? Because one, his upside might be limited and allegedly his role might be threatened, but the other guy might not actually be any good in the NFL and has a wonky foot. So
I think I'd go J-Rob, and I don't have a lot of James Robinson, but I'd probably go there because he would help me maybe the rest of the year in RB2 that I could throw in my lineup. J-Rob, because he was a UDFA, he's a free agent after next year. So that's another thing is that he's not guaranteed to be in Jacksonville after this year either. So that's another thing that can maybe help his value boost a little bit.
Etienne or Henderson?
Man, you're coming straight from my heart there.
Shane and I did that exact trade before the season, and that's helped us both.
Before the season, it was definitely Henderson for me because I said, well, I'm going to get 16 weeks out of him because I'm probably going to win that league.
Well, you've gotten all your production out of it.
Yeah,
So if you say that, hey, we'll trade him straight up, but I also get 250 points out of the guy for a season, you'll take that all day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, at this point of the season, ooh man, it's probably a little harder to pull that trigger long term. But I'm gonna go with Henderson. I think he's forced himself into some kind of committee there next year.
What about AJ Dillon?
I'll take Dillon.
Yep.
Etienne in a second for Claypool or Ayuk.
I'll take Claypool and Ayuk all day.
Okay.